Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Huh?
Hi, Sue.
Hi. Oh, wait a minute. That's Vivian. Oh, here we go again. I got my Christmas tree over there. See that? I don't know why it looks like that on the video. Oh, maybe because of the lamp. Let's see. Ah, I got a wig over here. I was going to wear, y'all, but I just couldn't take it tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Let's see. See, there's the lights. They look a little better when you get up close. And that's the tree that I always have in here. And I always leave those bulbs on there year round. I even have some more bulbs, but those are just my grandkids over here. And that's me and my grandson over there in the corner. And that big lamp over there is what I ordered from Amazon a few years back. And that tree, by the way, my daughter had given me that when she had a condo, and she moved from her condo. I think that's the way it was. And she gave me the tree that's on my porch, which I got to throw out because it is on its last leg. And so I think I'm just going to throw that one out to the dumpster. You know, it finally got kind of warm in here when I got up and started moving around. I may have to remove this hoodie. I might. Because at first I had that heater on over there. That's how cold it was in here, y'all. And the weatherman said the temperature is going to drop even lower tonight. And then I had this heater on, that heater on. I had my heat thermostat up to 78. It refused to come on. And then I was cooking a little bit. And that made my house get, in this area right here got warm enough. And I said, okay, now is the time to talk to the AAG team, the AAGT. How y'all doing this evening? Well, I don't know. Excuse me, y'all, I'm out of breath from moving around. But I don't think it's quite evening yet. It's about 5:20, actually, in the afternoon. And so I'm a little late getting started today. I had me a nap time, and I was shaking in my bed. I had to get up and put me some socks on. And I was watching Power. Power got so, whoa. I was like, oh my goodness. And I went to sleep, and then I woke up and found out that the ghost's daughter had gotten killed. I said, oh no, I got to rewind this thing and watch this thing again. And what's the other thing that my daughter was telling me to watch on Netflix? Leave the World Behind. I think that's the name of it. Just came to me. I started watching it last night. And it makes you think. It really does. It makes you think. Let me make sure I got the right. Y'all probably already seen it anyway. But I'm pretty sure that's the name. Yeah, Leave the World Behind. That, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched part of it because I went to sleep on it. But that movie really opens up your eyes. I'm not going to give it away, because I didn't watch the whole thing myself. My poor tripod, I can't tighten it up. I don't know what the heck. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm not the only one that have a problem with the tripod, y'all, because I see some other YouTubers doing the same thing. They're fiddling with it until they finally get it just right. But anyway, I try not to touch it too much. How's everybody doing on this 19th day of Vlogmas? 5 more days until... No, 5 more shopping days, right? But it's actually 6 more days until the day. The one that we look forward to all year round. But I still say it's not the biggest holiday. I would say Thanksgiving got beat because that's when all the families try to make an effort to come together. But Christmas, family comes together on Christmas as well. But I would say... Oh, excuse me, y'all. I promised myself I wasn't going to get up here chewing gum. But Christmas, is more like for, for the children. But Thanksgiving is more like when everybody sort of makes the effort to come to be with their family on Thanksgiving. But Christmas, like I say, is more like for the children, which we used to get together on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. And I would get together, especially when I moved here, had the big yard out there. We used to do all the holidays, cook out. Every time you turn around, we would had the grill out there and cooking out. We was carrying on, my grandkids, kids, sometimes my other family, they would come and everything. And we just enjoyed each other. But lately here, I just said, well, hey, I'm not having anything anymore. But anyway, you got 5 more shopping days until Christmas. I don't know if you heard about all the recalls of, I was listening to, what was it, Miss Pam's Kitchen, I don't know who, the lady with the, I think salt and pepper hair. I think her name is Pam. But Pam's Kitchen, I think, something like that. And she was talking about all the recalls of the soda. I think it's mainly Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, Sprite. Did she say Fanta? I better not quote myself. Let's see if I don't know if I could find it for you. But anyway, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard of Pam's Kitchen. She's very popular on YouTube. And some of the salads, different salads that are being recalled. And what else? Did I say soda? Yeah, soda I said. Salad, cookies, certain cookies, which some of them I never heard of before. Ebon's cookies or something like that. But quite a few things are being recalled, So, y'all want to roll over there and see what Pam's got that's being recalled? Because, it says that this some of that stuff's supposed to have some kind of foreign matter or something. I said, what? I don't know, y'all. I'm not going to quote it. Let me leave that alone because I don't have my ducks in a row about that because I didn't listen to the whole thing. I don't know what is a string. I don't know. This used to be my daughter's hat. That's why you see me with it on once in a while. So it's very old, it's old. It was old when I got it, but I kept it because I liked it. And she's been gone on for 13 years, so here I am wearing her hat. One day I'll show y'all her picture. I have this big, picture that's onto like a blanket type thing. I got it in the closet. I'll bring it out and show it to you. Probably before Christmas. I found my hat. I found my Christmas hat. My Santa Claus hat. Yep. And you'll never guess where it was at. It was in there with this hat. But it was sort of at the bottom, because I got hats and scarves and about 4 different drawers. I have caps like these. I try to keep those in one drawer. Then I've got the turbans, the turban type things that I wear with the, I got like a drawer with those, and then the, bandanas and stuff like that. I need to throw some of that mess away because I don't wear all that stuff. And then I got caps, and I still have some of the masks that I made when COVID first came out. Because I was making masks, the masks that go around your nose and mouth. And I still got some of those mixed in there, and I said I need some organization going on. I don't keep my regular clothes, like tops, shirts, pants, stuff like that. I do not keep those in drawers. I think I said that before. Sometimes I have 2 drawers that has sheets and pillowcases in it. But then I have a linen closet that also has sheets and pillowcases in it that I don't use because they don't fit my bed. Ever since I got that big old gigantic monster bed mattress, My sheets don't fit those, they're not deep enough for that. I think it's a 16 or 18-inch mattress. And the other sheets are not as, they don't come down far enough. I could probably use the flat ones, but not the, the fitted ones. But I ordered some from Amazon, which they fit perfectly. So I have 3 sets of those, and that's more sets than you really need. You really don't need but 2 sets. 2 sets of sheets is really all you need. Unless they're raggedy or something. But you get 2 sets of sheets, take them off, put the other one on, wash them. Let them stay on a week, 2 weeks, whatever you use. However often you change your sheets, should I say. And then you just do that. And then, like when we were down south sometime, we had like a very few underwear. We didn't have a lot of underwear like we do today. We got to have a drawer for lingerie. As a matter of fact, I still got a drawer for lingerie for underwear. Got a sock drawer. It's embarrassing to say, but it's the facts, y'all. I'm only giving the facts. You got a sock drawer, you got the brasiers and the undies. You put that in a drawer so you know where that is, and then you got socks. And, right underneath, well, this is the way mine is organized. Well, halfway organized. I got the underwear drawer, sock drawer, right underneath. But, like when we was down south, we didn't have that many. Like they say, you can't wear but 1 pair of underwear at a time. So if you don't have a whole bunch of underwear, as we do today, all you got to do is wash. Okay, you can wear 1 pair at a time, correct? Wash a pair just like you do your sheets. Wear that pair, come home, take that pair off so it can dry overnight, and, get it, wash it out, and then hang it up, let it dry. And lo and behold, you got a clean pair of underwear to put on the next day. I would say 3 pair. If you got 3 pair, you can work better with 3 pair than you can with 2. That's for sure, as far as underwear concerned. Because you got to keep a pair on. You got to have a pair on, and then, you can't put the second pair on while you're washing the other pair, because by the morning, you're going to need to change that second pair and put on your third pair. That's the way it goes. And then the next day when you come home, you just wash 2 pairs. Does that make sense? Well, I'm not here to talk about that, y'all. I'm here to talk about the Merry Christmas. Have you done your shopping? Have you got all your groceries together? You got all your pots and pans that you're going to use, sort of like, if you sort of organize and think about it. You know what I used to do when I got ready to cook? Write down what I'm going to cook. Yeah, and what I'm going to cook first. First, for me, cakes and pies, if I'm going to make a cake. But I didn't make a cake, because I always had cake left over. I used to make 2 cakes, chocolate and I think vanilla, something like that, box cakes, I would start with the cakes and pies. Usually I start with the pies first. I do the pies and cakes, and they are laid out on the table, looking good. And I go in there and cut me a piece. I got to taste it. That's good. And then taste a little piece of cake, and then I wrap them with not foil, clear wrap, saran wrap, something like that, Glad wrap. And you wrap that in there, wrap up, put the tops on them, and that way they'll, stay on the table until the day of. And then, of course, I have my chopped barb. I put that in a pot. I got that in a pot, or either sometimes I do that last. The turkey and the chopped barb sort of, because they take longer. I sort of do those sort of like either overnight or bright and early the next morning. Collard greens, cabbage mix. I do that the day before. Got that ready. Potato salad. I usually have the eggs boiled, the potatoes are cooked, everything is cooked. But I didn't usually put it together until the morning. I don't know why I did it like that, but I usually, sort of put it together in the morning. And rice, if I'm going to cook rice, turkey gravy, stuff like that, you do the day of. But the big deal is the turkey and the chopped barb for me. And I would either cook ham, make a ham, with the glaze and stuff. I usually would have 3 meats. And everybody I used to have all this ham left. Nobody was hardly eating any ham. And so I said, okay, we're going to substitute this with some chicken wings. And I used to get 2 family packs of the chicken wings, sometimes 3. Matter of fact, one day, one Christmas, we had so many chicken wings, big family packs. That's when you would get like 14 to 16 wings in a pack. And so my granddaughter and I think my daughter might have been over here too. And we was over here. And I said, Tyra, go in there and cook us a pack of chicken wings. This is the day. We ate them bad boys. Still had a lot left. I had a lot of chicken wings that time. I think it was about 4 or 5 packs of the family pack. Those were the days, though. I look forward to them. But not now. It's too much work. I'll tell you, it took me long enough to get over Thanksgiving, believe me. But, if somebody wants to come around, something like that, they can come around. But I'm not going to cook. Unless somebody, if somebody wants me to cook some dish or something for them, I'll do that. But that's it. Thanksgiving was my day. So, I hope everybody's got themselves together. And I hope you're looking forward to seeing Santa with his jolly old self. I never understand how Santa could be so freaking happy with that work he got ahead of him. I mean, he got to go all the way over there to Australia. I guess he goes to Russia and China. I mean, he got his work cut out for him. Unless they have a different Santa. I know our Santa comes from the North Pole. Now, there might be a Santa on the South Pole, too, because it's cold down there, too. So I heard. I don't know. Auntie Arthur. Uh-oh, don't get me talking about geography, because I don't know, y'all. But I think the down under is the South Pole, and they have a Santa down there, too. I don't know where the other people's Santa's at. I know where my Santa is. He lives on the North Pole, him and Mrs. Claus. And the elves are up there, they're carrying on, and they are making the toys and stuff. And so, he got to make it, down this way on his sleigh. It's funny how he's the only one that has a sleigh with reindeers that fly. And Rudolph, poor Rudolph, they wouldn't let him play in the reindeer game. I wouldn't treat Rudolph like that for nothing in the world. I love Rudolph. Rudolph, I love you, Rudolph. I want you to play in the reindeer games this year. This year might be your lucky day, Rudolph. Your dad donned to try to hide your nose. What was that thing he stuck on his nose? It made his nose bright, but it came in handy because his nose was glowing and Santa he couldn't see because of the fog one Christmas and came in handy. Rudolph, you did your thing. See, you did a good deed. That nose came in handy too, right? Okay. Lord, let me stop being so silly. But I think it's because I need another nap because I really didn't get it out. Because like I said, when I woke up, I was watching Power. I said, oh my goodness, it had gotten kind of loud. That's what woke me up because I was actually in bed and I was cold. I had my socks on. I got warm. Let me show y'all, give y'all a sneak peek of my wig that I was going to wear. Well, you've seen it before. Some of y'all have. See, there it is. Oops. There it is, y'all. You'll see it tomorrow after I clean it up a little bit. And I was working on it, though. I was working on it. That's why it's here. And on that note, y'all, I shall see you on the next day of Vlogmas. It will be the 20th day of Vlogmas. So far, my camera is working up here for 20 minutes, which is not too bad. I thought it was much longer than that. But I haven't been talking about nothing as usual. I've just been jibber-jabbering. And I had some things I was going to talk about, then I forgot it. Forgot to take notes. I should have wrote my notes down what I was going to talk about. But I figured, you know. What was that? I do believe my bottles over there are responding to the cold. Because I keep hearing something going. You know how the bottles react, that plastic? Water bottles, you know, like a water bottle like this. It'll react to the cold. It'll, you know, click in or something like that when they're cold. Every now and then I will hear one. It's because of that door, even though I got a sheet up to the door. The cold, I got to put it up there better so the cold can stay out. Because the weatherman did say about the dropping temperatures. I'll tell you, when it get cold like this here, y'all, that's when you need a significant other. But then he get on your nerve too, so yeah, you're all right about yourself. And I didn't call my cable company. I hope my cable don't get cut off, y'all. I really did, because I tried to call them, and I had the wrong number. I said, the heck with it. I ain't bothered to call Amazon, because I got until January 31st to deal with them. And on that note, I'll see you again soon. I'll see you on Vlogmas number 20. Sleep tight, y'all. Let the sugar plums dance around in your head. Just relax. You got another 5 days to do your shopping. Just relax. Take it easy. And on that note, I go with love.